man-made patriarchal run religions and governments knew that if they could just keep humanity away from Shakti, which meant keeping you away from your womb, then humanity will never find their way home to divinity. They created traps that keep you dependent upon their systems, enslaved in their false matrix, and seeking divinity through their churches. Women were programmed to believe that their womb and everything it entailed, from childbirth to menstruation to menopause to sex, was a source of pain, shame, and sin. Men were programmed to be controlled by the desires of their womb. But without Shakti, these once spiritual desires were quickly transformed into purely sexual desires. And then along came the program that sexuality and spirituality do not go together. This program has been one of the biggest lies sold to prevent you from awakening to the realization that your sexuality is the gateway to your spirituality. Your womb holds your ticket to freedom. And they knew that in repressing your sexuality, your spirituality will automatically be repressed. What they didn't want you discovering is that the womb is an energetic, multi-dimensional portal between the worlds. Not only does the womb bring souls into this physical realm, it can also transport you and other souls to other dimensions and realms. Your womb is the exit stage left from the false matrix into the vast mother matrix. In ancient cultures, the vulva, yoni, and breasts were celebrated as sacred and viewed as mystical, magical, sexual spiritual portals into different dimensions of consciousness. The yoni was considered the gateway to the heavens, and the womb is a hologram of the cosmic womb that gave birth to every star, planet, and galaxy in the universe, including your very own soul. And because your womb is Shakti's home, you may get the briefest glimpses of her during sex as she wants to awaken and be free. But just as soon as she awakens, she is expelled in an unconscious 10-second localized orgasm. We have forgotten how to harness her power and channel her energy through our body, transforming our purely physical sexual experience into a deeply healing spiritual experience. They had to hide this ancient wisdom from you to prevent you from arriving at the awareness that your womb holds the key that will set you free from being a slave to a job, a system, money, parents, toxic relationships, pain and suffering. So what did they do? Everything in their power to further disconnect you from your throne of spiritual enlightenment and liberation. Hypersexualized, yet sex-negative society all around you. Fear-based sex education. Sexual innuendos in Disney movies. Lack of any rite of passage into adulthood. Masturbation shaming as a child, slut shaming as a teenager or adult. Using sex to sell. Distorted perversions and fetishes. Pharmaceutical drugs for sexual dysfunction that come along with a long list of side effects. Manipulation of your dopamine through porn. Genital mutilation gender confusion, inverted sexual roles. And as if that was not enough, they started poisoning your womb with birth control pills, Viagra, hormone disrupting chemicals found in nearly everything you come in contact with, from the food you eat, to the air you breathe, to the water you drink, to the products you use. And don't worry, they did not forget to put those cancer-causing agents and hormone disrupting agents in condoms, lubricants, menstrual pads, tampons, and sex toys, just to make sure that you do not remember your way home. All of which has contributed to the alarming statistic of how many people have experienced sexual abuse or violence in their life. Globally, that number is 1 in every 3 women and 1 in every 4 men. Second to skin cancer, breast cancer, and prostate cancer are the world's most prevalent cancers in women and men. Globally, there are over 685,000 breast cancer deaths and over 375,000 prostate cancer deaths annually. More women have died from breast cancer in the last 20 years than the number of Americans killed in World War I, World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War combined. This attack on your sexuality jammed your womb doorway between the worlds and shut down the interplanetary womb grid, keeping humanity disconnected from divinity and reincarnating over and over and over again. And they wouldn't have been successful if we did not freely hand over our power to their programming, freely giving consent, freely giving our power away. I'll explain in greater detail the physical anatomy of your body that makes up your womb portal, but for now, all you need to know is that a jammed womb portal is like having a clogged sewage pipe. Imagine that there's a door between the plumbing pipes that leave your house, your womb portal, and the main sewage drain below Mother Earth's womb, above cosmic womb, is closed. What are the effects of a closed womb portal? Well, your womb is a storage house of all unhealed traumas, wounds, suppressed emotions, abuse, pain, shame, and fears, along with chemical toxins, energetic deposits from past partners and current partners, sexual programming, memories, societal conditioning, limiting belief systems, and attachments. However, the womb does not just store your unintegrated experiences. It also stores the accumulated traumas and wounds of all of your ancestors that they did not heal. And I'm assuming that that's not the inheritance you wanted, right? But that's the inheritance you received. Because what you don't heal, you pass on to the next generation, just as your ancestors passed on to you what they did not heal. And from where did they pass it on? They passed it on to you from their womb. All of this unhealed, quote unquote, shit is clogging your womb portal, leaving your shit nowhere to flow. Eventually, this shit will overflow into your home, making a pretty shitty mess. When your womb portal is clogged with the armor of all the unhealed traumas and wounds, and it literally cannot take any more shit, your womb will begin to physically manifest symptoms, diseases, and pain to send you a message. Not only is Shakti buried under all of this shit, but the doorway to divinity is blocked, making your quest for spiritual liberation a daunting one. Jumping from one modality to another, yet only seeing short-lived temporary results. So their programming worked. The proof is in the excessive amount of womb conditions, sexual dysfunction, reproductive organ cancer, porn addiction, hormonal imbalances, sexual abuse rates, perversions, and toxic relationships. Our wombs are screaming at us, trying to get our attention. But we're not listening, because if we do, we may have to face our deepest fear and make that longest journey that any woman and any man has to make, from his or her head down to his or her womb. And so this ancient knowledge was lost, and we forgot how to heal ourselves, and we forgot our way home. This forgetfulness, this amnesia has affected both women and men equally, because both genders have an inner feminine principle and an inner masculine principle. When Shakti went into hiding, so did Shiva. Shakti is your body's feeling presence, and Shiva is your mind's awareness, and they're both asleep. The mind-body split has us disconnected from the full potential of both our mind and our body. And this has created the ultimate imbalance within humanity. The fall from divinity knocked both the divine feminine and the divine masculine down from their divine status to a repressed, wounded, and distorted status.